So you want to hit clips like this. And like that. And you don't know where to start. Or you do, but every time you get a 3x, you die or simply can't find the 4th. If any of that applies to you, you've come to the right place, because in today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to hit sniper clips in SnD. Before we get started though, I have to warn you, this is a bit of an advanced tutorial, so prerequisites are you actually hit your shots. So, that out of the way, let's start with the first thing. Where do you actually push? I mean, you're being an aggressive sniper and you want to get into the enemy spawn as quickly as possible, but where exactly do you go? There are 3 options. I'm gonna use Raid as an example for this, because Raid is probably the best SnD map for sniping. It is divided into the mid lane, left and right lane, and each lane connects to each other. Now, you can push whichever one you want, but some of them are a bit more busy than the other ones. Now, there's not a universal rule for which side is going to be more active, but it's usually the one where the bomb is closer to the enemy spawn. In Raid's case, it would be A long. Now you have 2 choices. You can either go onto the A bomb site and defend A from there, and although you would be probably playing the game correctly there, you wouldn't necessarily hit a clip. See, here's the interesting part. Unlike in most other games, in COD Mobile, hitting a clip and playing for the win isn't necessarily connected. If you were playing for the win with a sniper, you would probably be hardscoping 90% of the time. You can confirm that by looking at the World Championship of any year, honestly. In competitive scene, you don't see anybody hit crazy clips like pushing onto A side and then killing all 5 people. The only way that you can possibly hit a clip is if you stand on the OBJ and you don't miss a single shot and the enemies do. It works in comp, but in ranked it's a bit of a different story. There's a lot of things that can happen. Number 1, your teammates kill all the enemies, so they don't actually get onto the bomb site. You wasted an entire round sitting on the bomb site by yourself to maybe get like 1 kill. That's not a clip. Number 2, all the enemies pushed onto the opposite bomb site, so now you have to rotate after sitting a whole minute by yourself. The second option would be to flank from mid lane. Personally, I would go from mid to mid stairs. Some of the best clips in the game have been hit here, and there's a good reason for that. Let me show you on an example. When I push right here, the first thing I'm gonna see is gonna be zigzag. There's usually 1 or often more people there, and you're supposed to get a kill right there. That's why in the beginning of the video I said that you actually need to hit your shots, because if you die right there, you will never hit a clip. Now, let's say you are actually hitting your shots and you get the kill, maybe 2 in zigzag. From there, you go into mid stairs and you have a wide view onto about 3 people, if they were there, of course. If not, you can push even further out and check your surroundings. So, there could be one by the rocks, there could be one behind bar, there usually is someone in top or bottom bedroom. That alone should be a clip in and of itself. If somehow the players aren't there, you can rotate back into mid or their spawn. Now if you're going from mid, you can check zigzag again, make sure nobody went back there. And if you don't see anybody there, you can still go to B. And that's why mid is so good on this map. You have access to every single lane within, I don't know, 10 seconds of running distance. Now that you understand the concept of flanking, we get to the more advanced stuff. Reads. Here's where most people, even good players, make the same mistake. They go into the same spot every single round. You may have even hit a clip there, but believe me, if you go there twice in a row, you're not gonna hit a second one. Because the enemies are gonna be ready. They're gonna throw contact nades at you, they're gonna put trip sensors. You might not even lose the gunfights there. But just because they're ready, they will try to make an outplay on you. And if you have 3 people trying to outplay you, you really don't stand that much of a chance. So what do? You push from the front. Let's take my first clip, for example. The first guy is actually watching where I'm coming from, but he loses the gunfight, and that gives me entry onto the bomb site. Now, if you look closely, you can actually see that the guy on my right isn't even looking into my direction. The third guy, who just came from zigzag, isn't ready for my pre-aim, so he dies as well. And now we just search for the fourth guy. Okay, now we have established that you can either push from the front or flank. But it is up to you to mix those two up to make sure the enemies don't have a read on you. And it's that easy. Make the right reads, hit your shots, and you get yourself a clip. The same concept applies to every single map in the game, in ranked. It doesn't matter if you go A, B, or mid, if it's on raid or on firing range. If you understand this concept, you know how to hit a clip. And with that, I'm gonna end it right here. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you understood everything. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments. I'll try to answer every single one. Alright, good luck. Happy clip hunting.